90 Day Fiancé, Last Resort Season 3 will feature this shocking change instead of the usual format and cast. 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 3 is rumored to be very different from its first two seasons, sparking excitement among fans of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. The spin-off brings together couples facing serious challenges in a last attempt to save their relationships. Season 1 featured popular pairs like Big Ed Brown and Liz Woods, along with Yara Zaya and Jovi Dufresne. Season 2 followed the dramatic breakdown of Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo's relationship. With its intense drama and emotional confessions, the show has become a fan favorite, and anticipation for 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 3 is already building. 90 Day, The Last Resort has already been looking for its next set of therapists. Now information about the location and cast is being unveiled. According to Shaboodi, production hasn't finalized everything, but the blogger has reported that since the network has been shifting a lot of their productions to other countries, such as for Hunt for Love, the third season of 90 Day, The Last Resort won't be filmed in the US, it will be international/overseas. Moreover, the 90 Day Fiancé expert also claims that while the couples for Season 3 have not been finalized yet, some international favorites might make the cut. Sarper Güven and Shekina Garner will most likely be on the show. What 90 Day, The Last Resort possibly going international means. What's next for 90 Day, The Last Resort? 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 1 was filmed in the Florida Keys. 5 couples headed to Isla Bella Beach Resort in January 2023 to shoot the season, which later premiered in August. In contrast, Season 2 was filmed at the Omni Scottsdale Resort and Spa at Monte Lucia in Scottsdale, Arizona. The shift in location marked a change from the tropical beach vibes of Season 1 to a more rustic desert aesthetic. The Arizona setting, with its desert landscapes and iconic cacti, played a key role in Season 2's visuals, including the memorable photo shoot featuring all 6 participating couples. Nothing about the upcoming season's location has been officially confirmed, though the blogger has suggested it might be filmed on international shores. If true, this change could allow cast members who have not yet received their spousal or K-1 visas to participate. It would also offer a refreshing change of scenery for viewers who enjoy the global travel aspect of shows like Before the 90 Days or The Other Way. Additionally, it could provide an opportunity for 90 Day Fiancé couples who have relocated abroad to return to the franchise and share updates on their relationships. Our take on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 3 rumored cast. Potential Season 3 couples stir buzz among fans. Sarper and Shekina aren't even married yet on 90 Day Fiancé, but fans are already predicting they'll appear in the next season of 90 Day, The Last Resort, especially since Shekina has been hinting at a split on social media. Another rumored couple for Season 3 is Daniele Gates and Johan Geronimo, who have gone through several breakups and reconciliations while living together in the Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, Darcy Silva remains a fan favorite, especially after declaring she is single multiple times since marrying Georgi Rusev in November 2023. Fueling speculation about her potential return to the franchise. 90 Day Fiancé exposes disturbing Shekina Garner behavior amid huge Sarper-Güven relationship update. Shekina Garner from 90 Day Fiancé has been indulging in some toxic behavior in her on-and-off relationship with Sarper-Güven ahead of their wedding. Shekinah and Sarper are currently appearing in 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. He had a terrible reputation following his The Other Way debut because of his past involving 2,500 women. Sarper was also controlling and did things like tracking Shekina's weight and diet. Sarper changed his ways for Shekina ahead of his US move, but the tables turned, and Shekina revealed that she's just as controlling when the ball is in her court. Shekina and Sarper will have another argument in the next episode, and it's resulting in 90 Day Fiancé exposing a vile thing Shekina has done to her partner. ET shared a preview of the next 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 episode, which shows Shekina telling the producers about their latest argument. Shekina and Sarper were supposed to get married, and a day before their wedding, he left the house without telling her. While thinking about where he could have possibly gone, Shekina recalls that she put an AirTag on his keychain. I put an AirTag on Sarper's keychain because if he loses his keys we need to be able to find them, Shekina tells the producers with a sneaky smile. However, when the producers prod her to tell them the real reason she put an AirTag on his keychain, she reveals that it's because he doesn't share his location with her on maps. Shekina believes that it is suspicious and shady if a person is against sharing their location in a relationship. What Shekina's toxic behavior says about relationship with Sarper. Shekina's lack of trust could ruin the wedding. Shekina knew Sarper had never been in a serious relationship before her. Even in his 40s, he seemed unsure how to act around women. He claimed to have slept with thousands of partners, keeping a tally of them in a notebook. Most, he said, were women he met while working as an exotic dancer. Sarper even collected empty alcohol bottles in his apartment as trophies to remember his dates. Concerned about his past, Shekina banned him from training female clients at work. Though hesitant, Sarper eventually gave in when Shekina pushed him to make their relationship Instagram official. Shekina is about to marry Sarper, but with just one day left, she still doesn't trust him. She may have made a mistake agreeing to the wedding, especially since it meant uprooting Sarper from his home. By tracking Sarper's location, Shekina is violating his privacy and coming across as controlling or manipulative. If Sarper finds out, he may never trust her again. This breach of trust could push him to call off the wedding altogether. He already seems to have cold feet, which might explain why he left the house without telling her. Our take on Shekina tracking Sarper through GPS. Why Shekina and Sarper's marriage may not last. Shekina didn't appear to ask for Sarper's permission before secretly placing an AirTag in his keychain. He was already unhappy in America, especially since he couldn't work, and admitted to feeling depressed. Shekina's actions reflect her deep insecurity and a lack of open communication in the relationship. Her need to track him without his knowledge raises red flags. Even if they go through with the wedding on 90-day Fiancé, the trust issues between them suggest the marriage won't last and could likely end in divorce. The foundation of their relationship already seems shaky. 90-day Fiancé, where is Shekinah Garner moving after leaving LA? Is she done with the franchise? Shekinah Garner is leaving behind the hustle and bustle of Los Angeles and distancing herself from the 90-day Fiancé franchise. Shekina met Sarper Güven while she was traveling in Turkey. They had a one-night stand, and she later took care of him while he was sick, which led to a strong connection between them. Sarper, who had been with 2,500 women, also felt the same connection with Shekina. Sarper experienced problems such as trust issues and jealousy. Sarper tried to control Shekina's diet and pressured her to maintain a specific weight. He even helped her with getting cosmetic procedures, including designing her new nose to his preference. Shekina was also uncomfortable with Sarper's past with thousands of women. She asked him to give up some of his negative habits and stop training female clients. Despite their differences, Shekina and Sarper managed to make their relationship work. They recently joined 90-Day Fiancé Season 11, documenting their journey to the wedding altar. Shekina and Sarper are arguing more than usual. Shekina and Sarper thinking about breaking up. Shekina and Sarper have argued frequently over the years. However, their problems escalated when they reunited in the United States and got to know each other more deeply. Sarper wasn't pleased with Shekina's living situation, as she had blocked part of her home with her home business. Shekina didn't put much effort into pleasing Sarper either, as she told him to order food instead of using the kitchen. Even though Sarper appreciated Shekina's hospitality, he wasn't impressed with her living situation in the United States, comparing it to a prison. While Sarper appears to be happy in Los Angeles, Shekina has decided to leave the city. According to a video reposted by @shabuti.com, she discussed her future plans. Shekina talked about a misspelling on the neon sign for her business and explained that she couldn't do anything about it because it was already on the walls and had been filmed for the show. She mentioned that she had paid a lot for the sign, but the company had made the mistake. Shekina also stated that she wouldn't bother fixing it now as she is planning to move away soon. Shekina said, "I don't want to be in LA much longer, confirming that her goal was to move out of the City of Angels. She added, "I would like to get a new sign that says, Fluorescent Skin, Miami," indicating her plans to settle down in the Magic City. Shekina not only wants to leave Los Angeles but also relocate far away from California, aiming to start afresh in Florida. She concluded by revealing that she was unsure of when she'd move out but stated, "I'm not going to change my sign because I don't want to stay in LA." Shekina finds Los Angeles very expensive. Shekina expects Sarper to carry his own load. Shekina has hinted at reasons why she wants to move out of Los Angeles, one of them being related to her financial situation. It appears that Shekina plans to grow her business without excessive spending. Due to the high cost of living in Los Angeles, it is logical for Shekina to desire a new location that is equally upscale but more affordable. In the past, Shekina opened up about her finances on her Instagram story, revealing, "I work very hard for what I have, and I grew up super poor." Shekina truly appreciates the things she has achieved through hard work. She mentioned, "I live in a very expensive apartment in Los Angeles," acknowledging that it is very small yet costly. She disclosed that she rented it during the COVID-19 pandemic because it enabled her to conduct her business, making it convenient at the time. Shekina shared that her income was cut in half because she traveled frequently to Turkey. She admitted that she expects Sarper to contribute equally now that he is in the United States and assist her in moving to a bigger home. Shekina confirmed fans may no longer see her on the show. Shekinah and Sarper are having problems. Shekina has hinted that she may not appear in future seasons. In April 2025, she posted a few Instagram stories answering some of her fans. She replied to people who asked her about her ongoing relationship with Sarper. One fan asked, via Rewatch Reality, "Are you going through a rough patch with Sarper?" Shekina replied, "Let's just say you probably won't see us on any more seasons." While Shekina didn't specify why she wouldn't appear in the coming seasons, she announced her exit from all future seasons of the 90-Day Fiancé franchise. In another Instagram story, Shekina responded to a fan's inquiry, suggesting that her ongoing relationship with Sarper could be the reason for her decision not to appear on TV again. When a fan asked, "Are you and Sarper okay?" Shekina shared that things weren't going as smoothly as she would like, stating, "Nothing about this is easy." Shekina also replied to a fan asking about her life with Sarper, saying, "Living here together in the US has made everything harder." Shekina may want to step away from the 90-Day Fiancé franchise to focus on her job and relationship. 90-Day Fiancé, Sarper to sign prenup with Shekina with one shocking condition: will she marry him? Sarper Güven made a surprising move on 90-Day Fiancé by agreeing to sign a prenup with Shekina Garner, but only under one wild condition. Sarper is a personal trainer from Turkey who met Shekina, an esthetician from Los Angeles, during her trip to Istanbul. At first, he was not serious about dating her and had a notorious past, claiming to have slept with over 3,000 women. Sarper insisted that he changed for Shekina, calling her his first real girlfriend. However, his behavior on 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 is raising doubts, with many viewers suspecting it may have all been an act. Sarper viewed his quitting his playboy behavior as a major sacrifice when committing to Shekina. However, his actions didn't reflect the respect she deserved. He delayed making their relationship public on Instagram and embarrassed her in front of her sister. Despite Shekina's clear refusal, he pressured her to have a child. At one point, Sarper even told her he would forget her in 2 days if she returned to the US. Eventually, he apologized after recognizing his behavior. Shekina accepted his proposal and brought Sarper to America to marry him. Sarper was blindsided by Shekina's prenup request. Was Sarper eyeing Shekina's wealth? Sarper and Shekina were finally getting along well in the new 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 episode when the topic of a prenup was brought up by one of Shekina's friends, Alexandra. The couple was meeting with her large group of friends in Los Angeles and talking about how they wanted a wedding instead of a wedding, when the mention of a prenup suddenly made things tense. "What about a prenup?" Alexandra asked, and the rest of the group began to wonder if Sarper even knew what a prenuptial agreement was. Shekina's friend Wendy tried to explain to Sarper that no one was trying to offend him, but the reality was that neither he nor they could control how long it would take for him to legally work and contribute in the US. That could be 2 months. That could be 2 years, Wendy said. She and the others suggested that a prenup would serve as a safety net for both Sarper and Shekina in case things went wrong. Shekina noticed Wendy getting emotional, as she was very afraid for her, especially since Wendy also serves as her business manager. Wendy had worked hard to help Shekina secure brand deals and build her financial stability, so seeing her risk it all for marriage raised serious concerns. Wendy wasn't just a friend, she had invested time and effort into Shekina's success. "Babe, you know I trust you, but it might be a good idea for me to just get that," Shekina gently told Sarper, referring to the prenup. However, Sarper appeared hesitant about signing any agreement. In a private interview, he admitted he was shocked, saying they had never discussed it before. In his culture, marriage means a full, lifelong commitment. Sarper wants Shekina to maintain her weight at 128 pounds. He will charge her $1,000 for every extra pound she gains. Sarper then decided to sign the prenup only if a special clause was added. Sarper got agitated as he spoke, pointing his finger at Shekina and shaking it, prompting her to ask him to put it down. Sarper told Shekina that he had a weight goal of 128 pounds for her. "I will weigh you in every first week of every month, and for every pound you over, I will fine you for $1,000, Sarper announced. He kept asking Shekina if she was okay with that. Sarper noted that if someone puts agreements into a relationship, it becomes a business. "That's a clause I'm adding for you." Since Shekina came to Sarper with a prenup request, he decided to make a counteroffer. Shekina agreed to sign it, believing Sarper was only doing it out of frustration. She admitted it wasn't surprising to her. It was the same man who had been weighing her since day one. Shekina recognized that this was Sarper's way of getting back at her for bringing up something he found offensive. To him, the idea of a prenup felt like a lack of trust, and this response was his subtle way of reclaiming control in the situation. Sarper claimed he was a retired bad boy. He keeps bouncing back to his old ways. 90-Day Fiancé star Shekina's friends wondered how deeply she was being manipulated by Sarper to agree to such a thing. She tried to explain to them that it was something she was already doing. Sarper walked out of the conversation when he felt called out by Shekina's friends. He claimed it was a disrespectful move on Shekina's part when he was treating their relationship like a business transaction. Sarper asking Shekina to add the weight clause to the agreement just goes on to show that he is someone who will never change. 90-Day Fiancé's Sarper achieves major career milestone in America amid confusing Shekina update. Sarper Güven from 90-Day Fiancé is making big moves in his career in the US, even if he is given a confusing update about his relationship with Shekina Garner. Sarper was a personal trainer back in Turkey where he met Shekina. However, she didn't approve of Sarper having women clients. Sarper worked as an exotic dancer before. It's how Sarper managed to sleep with almost 3,000 women before dating Shekina. However, once Sarper came to America, he decided he wanted to make people laugh as his job. Shekina hinted at a split with Sarper on social media by calling him out for not taking responsibility and hinting at a rough relationship patch. But then they shared a kissing picture together. Amid playing tricks on fans' minds, Sarper is busy building a career in stand-up. 90-Day Fiancé _Alexa shared a screenshot of a Reddit post announcing a major milestone in Sarper's life since he came to the US. The post said, Sarper will be performing at the Comedy Store in LA. The show, called Comedy Chaos, is scheduled for June 3, 2025. Sarper will be joining a star-studded lineup featuring Sam Tripoli, Amir K., Whitney Cummings, Josh Wolf, Ryan Sickler, Lucas Hurl, etc. Tickets for the event are out in case any 90-Day Fiancé viewers want to watch Sarper live in action. What Sarper's interest in stand-up comedy means for his future in America. Sarper wins over fans with humor and fitness in Los Angeles. Sarper has brought plenty of laughs to 90-Day Fiancé, often being unintentionally funny, even if his initial appearance in the US fell flat. Rough around the edges, Sarper could really shine if he focused on his natural humor instead of taking digs at Shekina's exes. He's been in America for some time now and has been spotted wearing a wedding ring, suggesting he may be settling in and possibly earning income. Sarper has also been running fitness boot camps in Los Angeles, where he mixes workouts with fun and laughter, showing fans a lighter, more relatable side. Shekina recently hinted that she might not return to future 90-Day Fiancé shows due to ongoing issues with Sarper. However, the couple appears to have reconciled since then. Still, if reality TV doesn't pan out for Sarper, stand-up comedy could be a promising path. Being on stage allows him to fully embrace his bold personality and be himself, something he clearly takes pride in. While fans enjoy his unfiltered humor, Sarper's red flags continue to surface, including his controversial suggestion to include a weight clause in a prenup with Shekina, which sparked backlash online. Our take on how Sarper could be the next big thing in comedy. From gym trainer to entertainer, Sarper.